Thanks for bearing with us there while we all had some refreshments. Let's get straight back into it. So I think we can quite happily say that the next couple of hours passes with you trying the various stalls, maybe winning a little bit on one, losing a bit on the other. And the time is starting to come to the end of the events, and the mayor approaches you and says, well, we're going to have these one at a time. We'll have the greased pig competition to begin with. Whichever one of you is going to do that is going to be up against a couple of youngsters called Galen and Robin, who have beaten everyone else to get in. Then she'll do the hammer toss, and you see he sort of got the people behind him, and it's the two that Salir noticed, and she introduces the large human as David, and the dwarven lady as Thurbeer. Then we shall do the axe throwing, and as you suspected, it's the quartermaster and Killy, the monk, that are there. And then we shall do the tug of war. Now, you may have seen that there wasn't any tug of war there, but that's because we decided that we would put a team put forward by the town itself rather than having competitions. And as you turn, you see the three that are being put forward are Ballach Orcsbane, Ragala, who is Mara's drummer dwarven friend that to do the drum, and Hamish. And you now know why they are not doing the hammer toss.
Yeah,
great.
And he says, when we do the tug of war, the reason we can't do it just now is that that will be over the same pit that the pig catching's in. You'll be on one side of it each, and one team will pull the other into the mud. And you can tell he's got a wry smile there. As if very friendly, but he wouldn't mind seeing all of you or whoever in your team is in the mud and the town winning. But very, very a friendly humor, not evil or anything. I may have picked a team of ringers.
Yeah, just a bit. Our adventuring
pig
party,
catching first, is it?
Yes, who fancies to catch a greased pig?
I think Mara was saying that she was from a farm. She wanted. But we also have Elton if you want to compete with other children.
Well, if nobody else wants to do it, I can do it. Fine.
I think it's more of, going from the perspective of a towns member, I would prefer to see Mara covered in mud. Let's just
Mara.
Yeah,
Mara kind of narrows her eyes. Why?
Alton will just start clapping his hands.
Okay then.
Without any time to change or anything, the decision made, the mayor puts you by the back and takes you forward and announces, and here we have the big competition, and we have Galen, the young sort of girl, and Robin is a young male halfling, and we have from the Redwall Saviours, Miss Mara, and she and you are there in your finery. And I'm going
to illusion glittery, glistening light emitting from Mara. She looks so spotless and radiant right now.
Mara, you can see as soon as you do that, the whole crowd like, woo!
There will be a very
anime eyes.
There will be a moment of Mara going, "Oh, fuck!" And she's kind of looking down at the dress, and it's already muddy.
Do not, Mara. We will get it cleaned
and fucking fixed.
Yeah, well, we know a guy.
You do know a guy.
And you can see that the pen is exactly square, and you're all told to go choose a corner each, and then the pig released from there, so you're all equidistant from the pig.
This is going to be such a cluster.
So if I could ask Mara to roll initiative while I roll initiative for...
I'll just add for fluff. It's like Mara looks down at her dress and it's like, fuck. She drops down to almost like a fighter stance, like wide-legged, with knees inwards, like really to... It's not her first time trying to catch a pig.
Mara,
she knows that this usually works.
Mara, come here.
I'm in the pen. One on its initiative.
Salir's gonna like lean over the pen and then just be like, Mara, do you trust me?
Not really.
Alright, I'm doing this anyway. Unless stopped, Salir's going to bunch up the bottom of her dress and then like get all the cloth and wrap it around her legs like shorts and tie it up. So like her legs, So bunch it all up around the waist.
Well, she's that. She's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
What you would probably have to do, just for yes, you can do something that will come to that effect, but what you'd probably have to do, because there's not enough fabric to knot it, you'd probably have to tuck it back over itself and into its own belt. So it's not like shorts, it's just turning it into like a mini skirt.
Yeah.
You can see Marvin's cheeks going a little bit red.
But essentially just make it so like but your ankles are showing. So you know,
not the ankles.
Calm yourself.
I am a
have some shame.
This is not allowed. No, but so Mara will kind of just gear up for the pig chase, and I rolled a 4, so I don't know.
Typical.
Yeah. So of course, it's a 4 because she's sort of struggling.
There's sort of a lull, and the crowd go quiet, and the pig is released, and Galen, the young girl, is quickest to move, and you can see that she's struggling to get to the pig, and she just moves her full movement and can't actually get to the pig at all. The same with Robin. So there's this sort of slow as they're trying to make their way through the mud to the pig. Mara, it's you. It's difficult terrain, so you can only move 15 feet, and the pig's 20 feet away.
What level do you get freedom of movement at? I mean,
that's a cleric. But I'm not going to cast any spells. But I'm going to move towards the pig. What? What? Yeah, no, yeah. What? Then I might as well just eliminate the competition, wouldn't I?
Yes. Kill the kids.
Yeah. She moves towards the pig.
Cool. And then the pig's released because it only rolled a 1 in its initiative, so it moved last.
Aww.
And it actually moves towards you, Mara. It sort of eyes all three of you and thinks that you are the least threatening. And it tries to squirm past you, so you will have a reaction. Try to grapple it if you want on the way past. So sure. It's just a grapple check.
What is that again? It's like a strength thing.
Athletics.
Right? Athletic. Strength. My highest.
Yeah. No.
That is a 3, so that's a 2.
The greased pig lives up to his name and slips through your fingers and is now like sort of 5 feet behind you.
Mara will toss mud at the pig.
Galen moves next, and she's now close enough to get to the pig as well. She rolls quite well. She's got a 13. Pig gets
+10.
Oh no, it's not. She just sort of pushes past you and scoops the pig up under one arm, and that's the contest over. Galen is very well, and the pig rolled very badly. She was rolling at +2, and it was rolling at +8.
Dang.
That is one freshly greased up pig.
And yeah, the crowd don't seem to be bothered that it was so quiet. There's a huge sort of cheer, and she is very happy, and comes over, and you see she's presented with a pouch of money, which you don't know what it is, as the winner. And
now you are the Red Wall Savior. Now you must go fight.
Mara will congratulate her as well.
Oh, thank you.
Well done.
I'm sorry about your dress.
Excuse me?
She just says, I'm sorry about your dress. And you look down, it's not horrendous, but you know, even in such a sharp thing, there are splatters of mud all over it.
Oh, it's
very
fine.
beautiful.
Thank you. We can go dress shopping later now that you're a celebrity.
She just sort of giggles and saying, you see she's a bit shy. I mean, she's probably 14, 15 or something like that.
I think Alton will stroll up, and obviously he's a lot shorter than this little girl, and he'll just look up to Mara and say, I thought we were supposed to win this.
Ooh.
Well, well,
No.
I wasn't supposed to win this, or
Oh.
I probably wouldn't have won this. But you can try as hard as you want, Alton.
Yes. Okay. You've got mud. You've got a bit of mud on your dress.
Yes. Yes, I do. Thank you, Alton.
Alton will walk away.
And she'll move out of the pig pen.
Yeah.
And she'll unfurl the dress again, dust it off, raise her hands, and just not do it. Yeah, mud it off.
Your feet are so clogged in mud, you're not sure if you're still wearing your shoes or not.
Oh. Well, okay then. So she will brush off some of the mud and just screw it. And she won't even take off any of the mud she might have on her face and her arms, and she'll just sort of strode confidently, knowing that she'll look ridiculous anyway.
She's still trying to be a lady.
Yeah, on to the next competition.
And yes, and the crowd, you can see like the whole crowd's moving around, and there's lots of jostling for position, and people have got the kids on their shoulders so they can see, and it's off to the hammer toss competition next.
Oh yeah.
Is the halfling girl still with us? Because
Yeah,
Mara can carry her if she wants to see.
Yeah, she's sort of. You can tell she's quite enraptured with Mara, actually. So, but it's also that's something that Mara's getting quite familiar with. There's a lot of people that are sort of falling under her sway in the town.
So Mara, do you want me to lift you so you can see better?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Alton.
You see the little girl's like a bit crestfallen.
She will lift Alton. There you go. Put him down. What about you?
Oh.
Thank you. And you can tell she's just a waif. You know, there's barely nothing to her. She's incredibly light.
Alton will see she's enjoying herself, and Quill will go up and perch on her shoulder. This giant white raven will perch on this little girl's shoulder.
She's like,
Great view from
Did
up
she
here.
want to be lifted? Excuse me?
You said yeah, didn't you? But she's on your shoulder now, so.
Oh yeah.
I thought she was on your shoulder
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
No, I asked, but never mind. Yeah, Mara puts her on her shoulders, and then she'll lift Alton. This probably to give him a perch.
Maybe get one of those baby backpacks.
Yeah, I'm hugging her and just chatting away to the girl. Oh yes, it's a very nice day. Yeah.
He's looking away from the competition. Oh.
He starts to fall asleep on your shoulder.
Oh, someone's hungry.
But no, none of that actually happens except for the kid being on the shoulders.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
We digress.
Yeah.
And it's then sorry, on you go, Sarah.
No, with saying this, he just asks Cillier, should we bring him a box or something to stand on?
I think it just lists what he is on and more who he is on. You get what I'm saying?
No, not at all.
I mean, after I said that, I was very concerned to myself. I'm going to go throw a hammer now.
This is deep. Is it? No.
I think Alton will pat Celia on his back and say, you, don't worry about it. You're the greatest hammer thrower I've ever known. And he'll give you a 1d8 of inspiration.
I thought I was going to come out at some point.
Now we give out these things, do we?
Oh no!
We know what really matters.
Now he knows that we can lose. He didn't think that was an option before, but Mara taught him a valuable lesson.
Who were the ones that Celia was? Alton was up against in the axe throwing. It was Keely.
Listen, don't hold your breath.
The quartermaster.
And the quartermaster.
One of them is a level 20 monk.
Listen, we're just gonna have fun here.
He's not that high a level of monk.
Oh,
either way.
All right.
Either way, he is a monk.
5.
I feel strangely inspired by this small child patting me on the shoulder.
And even more so as you see David, the human man that was introduced to a big roar from the.
That's his last name, David Human Man.
You're just our own in-house derailer.
His full name is Mark Burley Human Man. That's his name. But you feel even more inspired as you see him take up the hammer and with his first throw barely throw it 2 feet.
Oof.
Yeah, it was dreadful.
For 3.
Next up is Thurbier, the dwarven woman, and she.
Shocker! The dwarf can throw a hammer.
Yeah.
Real far.
She's a drummer as well. She does a lot of the. Wow, that looked wrong.
Yeah, it did. Let's leave the drumming alone.
She throws it an astounding 5 feet, and you now understand from earlier on. This is why this didn't draw a big crowd. It is for people who understand it. It's incredible feats of strength, but for the general populace, it is not a particularly good spectator sport. Mm-hmm. It is your turn, Celia.
Celia is going to.
Sorry, you go.
Oh, he's going to grab the hammer and rest it on his shoulder, put his hand under the base. He's going to shot put it.
Can he breathe?
So that way he has more accuracy of where it goes.
I'll give you advantage on the ranged attack portion of it for that because it's more you're not swinging it.
Yeah.
So strength check to begin with.
He's going to rage.
For the audience, what does Celia's rage look like?
Right.
How does it alter?
So
medicine.
Since I based his barbarian side more on his vampire side, it's less a anger rage and more of a unholy rage, so to speak. His just like an aura permeates around him, and he is a very tattooed man, as you may have seen in the picture. And all of those tattoos, even the ones that are not seen under his shirt, start to glow through his shirt. And he has black eyes with red irises, so it's already creepy. And then it's just a strange glow to them, or it gets a charm to them, so to speak.
And you see with some of the populace, some of them have seen you in battle and are used to this, but some of the general populace actually start looking at you and taking a few steps backwards because they've not seen that.
That's the double whammy. This is also hopefully to get people alone. Real reasoning.
This is just good branding in general for Celia.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
So strength you said?
Yep, strength, just a straight strength check.
Alright.
Mara will try and turn it into a wow.
Do my straight strength. Is it athletics or just straight strength?
No, straight strength.
16.
Okay. And your ranged attack.
Do I have no disadvantage? Alright. And then I have advantage on the ranged attack because I'm shot putting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm adding my inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
1d8.
That is a 21.
Oh.
Damn.
Okay.
Wait,
So
do I add my proficiency?
No, well, no, unless you have a
Giant
proficiency
stone
in
hammer.
hammer throwing.
I mean, I'm simple in martial weapons, so...
Nah.
then 21.
21
Exotic.
is fine. Your technique throws the arrow, the hammer straight and true, and you beat the dwarf by a full foot, throwing it 6 feet,
Ooh.
which is actually a very good.
Yeah.
But you do get a sort of muted feeling from the crowd because they're all just sort of staring at you and they're like, what?
Mara goes, yay!
Yeah. Like, after he throws it, he just kind of, like, takes a deep breath and, like, all the aura just kind of subsides back into him and just back to his normal self.
And I think at that sort of Dareth actually oh no, it's not Dareth, it's David, the human guy. He sort of looks at you, looks at your eyes. That's a very interesting style you've got there. And you see that for his next go, he takes up exactly the same stance. He's quite a smart guy, so he's.
Yeah.
He doesn't get advantage on his strength check though. Okay. And he doesn't do much better than his first attempt, throwing it 3 feet. And Thurbier just keeps to her own style. She's not seen that David get much of an advantage, so she just feels that you're better rather than the style.
Yeah.
And again, she doesn't beat her best of 5 feet, and it's round to you.
So this time he's not gonna rage, and he's gonna do an overhead by the handle.
Yeah, I'll give you this. I'll give you the same bonus though, because it's a similar sort of thing.
Well, just to switch things up, because he wants to show that he can do many different styles. Really, he just wants to brag. Let's be honest. 17 this time on strength, not an advantage.
Okay.
And dexterity, nat 20.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wow.
So yeah, this time you beat your 6 feet and actually goes a full 8 feet this time. But you can actually start to see some of the people in the crowd that were there before. They're actually like sort of nodding their heads and realizing this is quite amazing feats of strength that.
Yeah.
Yay! Mara
So he like rolls his shoulders like, I should have raged just for that one.
David
says out loud, oh, it hurts the old vampire bone.
Hurts your bones.
No. So he bests his first and second attempts by matching your first one to 6 feet, but he's still short on his last go. And you can see he looks a bit deflated and disappointed, but also a bit prouder that he's beaten his own sort of first attempts, which were pretty meager by his own standards. Rolling a lot of 10s. No, Thurbier actually she only rolls at about 2 feet at the same time. She just gets all overbalanced as she tries to put too much power into it, and it goes way off to the side and barely getting any forward momentum.
Yeah.
So as you stand up, you've already won the competition, and
I mean, it's still gonna do it again.
yeah, well,
So he's gonna do a third time. This time he's gonna underhand chuck the hammer.
Oh, of course.
I can do it any way I like.
You're going to get disadvantage, I think.
That's fine.
You're doing a bucket shot, dude. Come on.
Well, it's more of I guess,
just
a double-handed swing forward, like you would, like the log toss.
Yeah.
You know that you're one of you is Scottish. You know the log toss.
Not me.
Oh,
I wonder which one.
Ooh, that's only a 13 for strength. And disadvantage. That's actually pretty good. 14 for dexterity.
Yeah, you only managed to get that about 2 feet this time.
Yeah.
So, but your second throw was very impressive, and you are hailed the champion. There's still sort of muted applause because everyone, or not everyone, but a great portion of the crowd is still sort of looking at you a little bit askance at witnessing you raging. And
being
the mayor comes up, and congratulates you, and he puts a bag of 50 gold in your hand for winning.
Damn.
Thank you.
Shit. This fucking 14-year-old got
I
50
appreciate
gold.
Possibly.
Yeah, that's a rich child.
She had 50 gold.
Yeah. No, never.
Punch her off.
Yeah.
To be fair, if she wasn't on your shoulders, there's a high chance she would already have been shivved and lying in the ditch.
Dearg Ballachan's really changed.
I was gonna say, I think Dearg Ballachan.
Like, we know that there's like one thief that we've never met, but we know that there is like one criminal. Like, I guess that will be the guy.
But the thing is, he's one of these ones that he's not a bad lot, and if anyone gets stolen, they know just to go to his house and get it back.
Yeah. He falls asleep happy with the day's robbery, and they're like, "There's this motherfucker."
Just like
a
a
little face.
Obsessive kleptomaniac.
Yeah.
It's no ill intentions, just I have to steal every day.
And with that, the crowd sort of reaches new levels of energy as they know that the hand axe throwing is coming next, and this is something that they all love, and especially when the quartermaster is introduced, there's a huge cheer, a well-known character, and as you say, actually well loved, which you weren't aware of in your previous interactions with him. Again, more muted when Killahonan is introduced, just because nobody knows him at all. This sort of stranger from another realm that's just appeared within their midst. And but then as you're introduced, Alton, if it is still you doing the axe throwing, there is just a huge crescendo of noise, and you can now truly understand the full weight of the tall tales and the storytelling that you and Korga have been doing in the bars and the inns, and like Chinese whispers.
I've grown 10 feet.
Your deeds are just getting larger and larger and larger with each subsequent telling by other people to their friends and
That's
family.
the idea.
Yes,
I think as the crowd erupts, Alton will just be looking around, sort of sheepishly, like.
You must be the first gnome that is at least 12 feet tall. In terms of storytelling. Yeah.
Was it between this one and the last one that there were like the people who sold pastries?
What do you mean?
The halflings.
Stall.
Yeah. So the stall. So Samara will pick up pinwheels for everyone. She'll give one to Alton. Go win. And she'll give one to the girl as well.
Absolutely. Pinwheels, for those that don't know, are delicious baked snacks with jam in the middle. It's basically like a sort of exploded donut.
Alton has a very, very sweet tooth as well, so doesn't read anything else other than jam. Anything that has a lot of sugar in it, it's all new to him as well.
I should really start making you roll diabetes checks.
Diabetes?
Oh, the pun. Oh, the pun.
Just take my feet already. We're good.
Soon he'll be immune to disease, and then he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's monks.
Oh yeah.
We need to get him strawberries.
Yeah. So Denrath goes first and takes aim at the first target. That's Cox. Rolling an 18 and hitting the outer rim. He just tickles the inner ring, so only scores the 1 point. 1. Kelly goes next. And he again goes, being slightly more careful amongst greater competition, goes for the first target. And again, he just hits the outer one, scoring 1 point, but just about hitting the center ring. And then it is Alton. And as you stand up, one of the people that you saw earlier on goes, "There's your axe." No need to take 5 at a time.
Most people call it a hand axe. To Alton, it's just an axe. Yeah, so he looks so awkward with it too. And are we aiming at the closer target? Is it?
Your choice. You get to choose. It's not like you do one round. You can choose the greater risk but the higher points, or the easier one.
What's the check in general?
It's just a ranged attack.
Which would be just
if you've got proficiency in simple weapons, you get your proficiency score. So
okay, so just a normal attack.
It's just
I have it. Okay.
It'd be the same as one of your normal dagger attacks.
So +5,
if you were throwing it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll aim for the far one.
Okay, so that's disadvantage because it's at long range.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's why it's triple points.
All right, let's do it. Disadvantage. This is going to be great. I already know.
Yeah, and you can't inspire yourself. That comes way later.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not awful. It's not great. So 11 plus 5.
All right, so you get 16. So
yeah.
You managed to hit exactly the same ring that the others did on the closer one, but you get double points. So you're now ahead 2 to 1 to 1.
And it's it's the jankiest throw ever.
Nice.
It's not like he's using dexterity to do it, but it's like
Full body throwing.
Yeah, exactly.
When he throws, he almost falls.
He isn't almost anything. He completely eats it.
But again, everything you do, although it's the outer ring, again, there's a huge cheer from the crowd, and it's announced that you've gone 2 to 1 up in the first. And seeing that, Dareth stands up and he goes, for the further away one as well. Disadvantage. His axe doesn't even hit it. It goes flying off and hits one of the hay bales that's protecting the back. Kelly, he's going to play it safe, and he is going to throw at the closest one again. And he absolutely nails it. So this one just ping straight into the bullseye. Getting him 5 points. So Dareth has now got 1 point. Kelly has now got 6. And it is you again, Alton.
How many points do I have?
2.
2 points.
You hit the outer ring.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, 3, because it's triple points in that one, sorry.
Okay. I think you'll see him, he'll take the axe and he'll be like... He'll throw out the closer one this time.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's 23.
Yeah, your one just is right next to Kelly's, dead in the bullseye. So that's another 5 points for you. So you're now 8-6 up
and
against Kelly.
I think the raven wings will flap out at the side, making him look all angelic. Then you'll turn around and he's actually covered in mud and shit.
Smells like campfire.
Yeah.
You can see a little look of sort of, not disappointment, maybe a bit of desperation in Dareth's eyes, and he knows that he's just got to go for the further away one.
I think Alton would. You could do it, no problem at all. You just got to throw as hard as you can, and he'll give him inspiration.
Aww.
Okay.
Aww.
It's not how you do this game.
I will win no matter what.
Yeah.
If he had days to prepare, he would cripple the others.
And with that, you see that he was just about to miss that again, but it actually just veers in enough to hit the second ring of the further away one.
There you go.
So he gets 6 points for that. and is sort of back in the running. So he's got 7.
Yeah.
Kelly's yet to throw a third time. He's got 6, and you've got 8. Kelly's just going to keep doing what he's doing, going to the easier target.
I think Alton will. I don't know if he can do this actually, because we're not really in. Are we in a combat situation? Is this a round? If it were,
it's a combat situation, but there's no initiative because they've just told you what order to go in.
But I guess what I'm getting at is my inspiration would be my thing I could do.
Right, yeah, no, you wouldn't be able to do
That's
another one till it comes back round again. Yeah.
No problem.
So you can only inspire one of them each turn.
Yep.
Kelly has a dreadful. I think he's distracted by something in the crowd, and he completely misses even the easiest target.
Does it just go, and then Wilhelm scream in the crowd somewhere?
Thankfully, the hay bales are well placed, but someone's going to have a difficult time digging it out as it's gone like deep into one of them.
Yeah.
And then it's yourself again.
Yeah, I think he'll go for the far one again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's worse. 11.
No, that absolutely misses. So you do the same as Kelly, and an axe disappears into the hay bales. So Dareth, you can see he's feeling a bit more confident again because he's only 1 point behind you now, and he's 1 point ahead of Kelly, and he's going to go to the easiest one again.
Money's on the quartermaster right now. If he hits.
And no, he rolls a 3 and he completely misses it. You can just see him, like, his head just goes down and he's just like, oh. Kelly's going to go for broke and go for...
How many more rounds are there?
One. This is the 4th of 5.
Of 5.
Kelly rolled quite well. So he actually hits the outer one, getting 3 points on the other one. So he's 1 point ahead of you on 9. But you've still to throw your 4th round axe.
Yeah, I'll go for the close one. Because the axe, it's very hard for him to get the gusto. And I know he's at disadvantage mechanically, but like mechanically in terms of his body to get that sort of, it's hard for him to do. Oh, that's good. That's a natural 19, which is 24.
Yeah, bullseye.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
5 points. Yep.
Really want to have the Robin Hood splitting axe thing.
You split an axe with an axe.
But instead of like, it's Alton instead of Kevin Costner. I mean, are they so different, really?
Are we then the saviors in tight?
So again, Dareth knows he's got 1 throw to nothing. He's got to hit the bullseye on the faraway one, otherwise he's lost.
Can he do it?
19 and 3 on his dice, so again he misses.
Oh, 3. Yeah. I was thinking 19 plus 3 as well. I was like, ooh, that was pretty good.
No, that was a disadvantage. Kelly.
I think Alton, as he's coming back, will sort of pat him on the shoulder and go, it was a good go. It was a good go. And he'll
turn
turn
the far away one as well.
He'll turn to Kelly and say, "Well, it's time for me to win. That's too far. You're not going to hit that." Gonna cutting words his.
Oh.
It's a D8, whatever he gets.
Okay. And this is disadvantage. His rolls. I'll let you roll the D8.
Okay.
But his rolls are a 17 and a 14 plus 10.
That's pretty good.
So he's got a 27 and a 24 at the moment. So 24 with disadvantage.
Okay.
But your roll's going to take him off the bullseye, put it that way. So it is.
It's 5 minus 5.
So 19.
So that only hits the outer ring, giving him 3 points. So he's got 12. You've got 13. So you've got an axe and nothing, and you've already won. And he just sort of turns to you.
Alton is
cutting words.
Yeah.
Would somebody know that something magical has happened when you cutting words them, or
I
is
mean,
do you see it more as a what do they call it, sportsmanship sort of, sledging sort of
that's
thing?
what it was. Yeah,
Throwing
it was
shade
more. It was
with
more.
magic.
He said, "Okay, well, it's time for me to win," because in his head, it's just they're
Mm.
supposed to win. So he just was like, "Oh, it's time for me to win," and then that's too far for you to hit that. So essentially, I don't know how you would like to paint that, but I think when it comes to
leave it
inspiration,
absolutely up to you. I don't mind. I'm not.
when it comes to inspiration and cutting words, I always just feel that it's just you're just being put off, or you're just getting like a bit of a judge. I'm not sure how much of a magical effect is kind of obvious to people.
I'm happy just to leave it at that. And I think at that, Kelly just sort of turns to you, and this is the first time. I don't know if you know. It's the first time he's done it to you, and you hear in your mind, and you can talk to him as yourself without using Quill. And he just says, "It would appear you were correct, young Mr. Gnome." And he looks at you very, how would I say? Yeah, just quite. He's delving into your eyes. He's
Insightfully.
judging you a little bit. Not in such a way of like I judge you, but just
I insight check you.
taking a measure of the man. Put it that way. Taking measure of you. That's a better way. To say
I think in his head, Alton will say, "You did well up until that last part."
You're me. We're from the same area.
And he just does a sort of a wee gentle bow. Maybe it is time for you
Alton
to
will
show
bow,
off.
and I just see like some wood chips falling out of his hair, and as he looks up, sort of muddy faced.
And you've got one last axe to throw.
Ooh, you do.
Are you going to showboat?
No.
I'm gonna showboat like I did.
Yeah.
I think what he will do is he will take the axe to the other competitor that went out first, the quartermaster.
Mm.
Here you are. Oh, here you are. We're back in the room.
And I think he just sort of goes in. No, I'm sorry. It doesn't work like that. You must complete yourself. I know you have already won, but the crowd would
Alton,
won.
destroy them.
Yeah, and Alton will look around to the crowd. Sort of,
Destroy
again,
I think
he's
that
not a
before
boastful
he's
being, so he's just sort of like.
Before he's pointed it out to you, you've maybe sort of centered a little bit and sort of gone into that, and it's just been static noise. But you now hear that the crowd's going wild. They know you've won before you've even thrown your last axe.
Come on, Alton!
And Quill will sort of take a deep, sweeping kind of run past the camera, I'd say.
Catch it.
And as he does, he's saying, "Ah, yes, this we will use like the ancient tales of when Celia lost his axe to a goblin."
I rage.
I silently rage. And then Alton will sort of show the axe to everybody in a performance way, and then just throw, and he'll throw for the far one.
Yeah.
Why not?
Please hit it.
16.
Hey.
Yeah, so again, it's the outer ring, but you hit it, and with another resounding cheer, and get another 3 points, and are announced as the winner, 16-12 against Kelly.
Huh.
I beat
Only
Kelly,
because you got
everyone.
words.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would have.
He had a nightmare round too where he missed.
Yeah.
That was the only. I saw that and I was like, oh, I could actually might be able to win this one.
Yeah.
And I got very lucky on
Anyway,
the far
It was
one.
very good. Yes, and you can see that the crowd just thought this is brilliant. This is exactly why most of them turned up to see a very skillful competition between people, and the mayor comes over, congratulates you, and gives you a bag of 50 gold.
Alton holds the bag of 50 gold.
And I would like to hold my action for if Alton tries to give it to somebody else that isn't in our group.
Alton starts to walk over towards the quartermaster.
I think
Alton.
Darwin sort of pipes up in the back and goes, remember their tokens that you get jam and cakes for?
Stuffs into his bag.
Oh, you learned it.
Yeah.
If you want to, I can keep them safe, Alton, until you need them. I mean, otherwise, just have them with you and spend it on whatever you want.
Oh, that sounds like a nightmare.
Like pinwheel.
I have already got all of the cherries and sugar and everything I need for my jam.
You could also give it to the stag guard to help them out in case they need.
Bad idea, Celia. I think Quill
They
sort
may
of
not
lands
buy
on
and
Celia.
sell, but it is never a bad idea to have goods in this.
But they might not know what to do. Mara.
We could buy a blanket.
Miss Mara.
Mm-hmm.
Will you take this and buy provisions and things like that the stag guard
Teach
might
them.
need?
Of course.
Here you are.
So Mara takes it, and she will sort of bring up a small scrap of paper, and she'll just... Wait, what do they eat?
Well, they hunt everything and they need to eat.
What provisions do they need?
Get like tent repair supplies,
Mm-hmm.
fire making supplies for if it's a bad day.
That's a good idea
canvas.
too. And
Okay.
what else do they need? He has no idea.
We'll deal with it. It's fine.
Yeah.
And
But
they probably
we can
know
say
what
that
they need.
before you leave, you can spend that money on whatever.
Yeah,
We don't
to be
have
honest,
to
Alton,
Yeah.
Alton sees Mara knows the tricks of money. She knows money.
She doesn't know
We
stag
don't-
guard, though.
Yeah, we don't have to detail it all, but you can,
No.
you can get them hunting traps and
Yeah.
lanterns and all these sorts of
Nets
things.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Fishing poles if they like.
Yeah, I was
fish,
just thinking fishing.
Sacks and buckets and all the
Mhm.
rest of it.
Mhm.
And just-
Yeah.
It goes
And
on
Mara-
stuff, and their life is slightly less.
Militaristic.
Yes,
Mm.
there's a soup's on more luxury in their life.
Yeah.
And then, and with that, the sort of the mayor goes back up onto the podium, going, and now we have the tug of war between the town and Stoutwell's champions and the Redwell Saviours. And you can see like Ballach and Regala and Hamish and again for the audience, Ballach is not mute, but he does
Doesn't
not
speak.
He's
the strong silent type in every sense of the word.
He is a half dwarf orc. He stands out amongst the dwarven contingent as he is 6.5, almost 7 feet tall, and has green skin and 2 tusks.
And just to put things in perspective, I think for however many months he's been in our game, we'll say maybe 4 to 5, he's maybe said 2 words.
Yeah.
I think every time he's whispered to the
he
Mind
doesn't
Master, and the
speak
Mind
out.
Master is like, no.
I think I got him to say something.
Yeah, I think I remember, and everyone, I think we freaked out when that happened. 'Cause
I
it was
really
like,
did.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Anyway,
But he does scream
Regala
in combat,
and Hamish, who is the large
Blacksmith.
forgeman, blacksmith, and is married to the leader of the local militia.
Married to pretty much the best girl.
Yeah. Mara will resupply us with pastries, but not pinwheels. Something.
All right, Ziddick, you're fresh. It's your time to shine.
It's not
And
him,
just,
bro.
I will give you guys as a mechanic on how this is going to go. I would say whoever has the highest strength to make, it's going to be athletics checks, and you'll get advantage from the other 2 helping. So that's the way it is. There's only going to be actually one person rolling.
Yeah, okay.
You'll get advantage from the other one. So who who's actually 3 of you going to step up to the rope? And of those 3, who has the highest strength score?
I think it's gonna. I think it's, unless someone says anything else, I think it's Zurich, Salir, and Garvin.
If Garvin's up
Yeah,
to it.
Oh no,
So-
Garvin said he didn't want to do it. Garvin did not want to do it.
He said he would if you asked him to, but he felt that it was best. So he didn't refuse. But he felt it would be better for relations with the townspeople.
I think we pull Garvin in for this one just because
Was part
it's
of the
not
team.
him on. It's not him on his own.
Mm-hmm.
He's still with. He's
team.
still with.
Yeah.
Like the team, but so it's sort of like a hey, he is here to help. Like he is part of the team, even if people only see him as a companion. He is also a companion in this tug of war.
That's fine.
That
And
he did
he'll be quite happy with that. He'll go, yes, I feel it's more appropriate to join in this as a team sport. So.
Siddiq, are you going to turn into an animal?
No, I don't want to scare the townspeople more than I already do.
No, that's Mike. I'm already going to scare them. Like it's going to happen again. Just get it.
Right.
I could put on my goblin
attention.
costume.
Oh God, please no.
No.
Okay.
No.
Goblin skin.
Not right
Yes,
now.
please, Sultan. Do it. Yes, please.
What is Garvin's strength?
All we'll say is it's higher than all of you.
It's a 20,
it's like
right?
It's like 18 or 20.
No, it's tops. I think we're looking at. He's very strong.
I thank the gods.
Yeah, I think we might have to put him in front.
So the way this works is that there's a rope 4 inches thick, and it is being pulled across the pig pen, all in mud.
Mm-hmm.
And each team starts 6 feet from the edge of the pit. And it's contested strength checks, and when you win, you pull the other team 2 foot towards it.
So you essentially need 3 consecutive wins.
Yes.
I gotta ask though, seeing as Garvin was over there with a bottle competition, does he have a bottle with him as he's wandering off?
Right. He does indeed. Now, what was it? I'll have to open up my other page to see.
Does he need me to
Yes.
hold it?
He does. He sort of goes to you and goes, could you hold this for me, Miss Mara? And you see, he's not drunk a lot of it because it's still sort of mid-afternoon, coming into late afternoon. But what he hands you is a big bottle of knee cracker dwarven cider that he won at the Coit Course that he seems very happy with.
Ooh.
Wow.
Nice.
Yes, it's great. It's worth more than the silver that I paid. And so I think you see that Ballach goes to the back and is obviously the one that's doing the main work on the other rope. And, well, to take it, Terror, you've got control of Darwin, so you'll be doing the throws.
Yeah.
I guess
And
Garvin will
with-
be sort of flexing and stretching.
With advantage, because the other two basically helping. This is the way it is.
I know we can't give like super advantage, but just to describe how it's going, Salir actually does that thing that you're never supposed to do, and he wraps the rope around his forearm, around both on either side of him, with like his back to the rope. So he's like fully
side on.
in it. Yeah, he's like side on, fully in. He's gonna like anchor this.
It was athletics, right?
And he is going to rage during this just because it's gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
And as they say, they sort of say, take up the strain, and you see all of Regala's other drummer friends, and they sort of push to the front, and round her side of the team, there's now a big ring of dwarven drummers, like sort of pulling out a beat for them. And it's deafening. It's an absolute cauldron of noise. This is. Terror, if you roll your athletics check with advantage.
See.
Do you beat a 27?
I don't know. I get a 13. I'm looking at a 3 and a 5. I'm sorry, Garvin.
That's a 13 with the +8 added.
Yeah.
So no, you don't do that. And all of you strain as much as you can. Salir, you're in a lot of pain because this is actually like being on a rack.
Yeah.
But you're now pulled 2 feet forward, so you're only 4 feet from the edge.
Oh, come on, Garvin.
You got a 19 to beat this time.
Wow.
I got a 19.
All right, so you've got 27. That's the same as they did the last time. So you're back to evens again. And again, the crowd is just going wild. 22.
See, 20 total.
So you lost that one again. You're back to within 4 feet. You can hear all the oohs and the ahs, and the dwarven drummers relentless in their beating out.
There's blood on this rope.
That's a 24 this time.
Damn it! I need to get one of those dice rolling trays.
From Wormwood.
A crit.
A crit. So what's that total? Is that 28?
28. Yeah.
With that, the rope snaps.
Garvin's face turns red.
And all 6 of you just sort of fall back on your arse. Just have another rope, and then quickly they get in place, and then it starts again. If that happens again, then we shall have to declare it a draw.
We'll have to use a chain.
That's even worse for your arm.
Yeah, 27.
Oh, that's hot.
God, this dice.
You have a +8 too, so it's.
You said 27, right?
They're both rolling at +8. So did you beat a 19 on the dice?
No, you got a 17.
You're 4 feet from the edge again.
Oh.
You'll get this one because I rolled a 1 and a 2 that time.
Come on, Miss
I got
Mara.
an 18.
Okay.
I'm not doing it. Garvin is doing it. I'm just rolling.
Come on,
I rolled a
Garvin.
9.
Sorry, you just look a lot
19
like him.
again.
What was I going to beat?
Come on.
19 again.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
No, 11. Or is it 19 total or 19 on the dice?
No, 19 on the dice.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. 11.
It's cocked. 15 total this time.
I think Alton will turn to Mara in the crowd with Quill on his shoulder and just say, does he know we're supposed to win?
We're back to even again. God dang it.
Right, what I need you now all to do, the three of you that are on the rope, is I need you all to roll a Constitution saving throw.
You're all going to get poisoned.
All right.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
Garvin got a 27.
Okay.
Dwarven Constitution.
Yep.
And Mara will look at Alton. I think he's trying as hard as he can. Well,
25.
they can.
Okay. And Cyril, what did you get?
I got a 9.
Ooh.
That's fine. Two of them failed, so they've stopped getting advantage.
Wow.
So you can see they're straining because especially Balak and Hamish, this is not, although they are both very strong men, it's not the type of strength contest they're used to doing. They use their strength in a very different way.
Yeah.
So 22.
Right. I was gonna say that is a 23.
Right, okay. So they're now 4 feet from the edge.
I was gonna say Dwarven is more used to tugging the rope.
Can't now. Can you be an 11?
A 23 again.
Okay. They're just right on the edge, and they only roll.
Come on, everyone.
A 13 this time.
20.
Yeah, it's more than that. So
Yeah.
with one last heave, you manage to win, and the all fight goes out of them, and all Hamish, Regala, and Ballach all end up in a big muddy pile. And there's silence for a moment because they did not expect you to beat their strongest in a tug of war, but also
the drumming stopped.
Well, the drumming stopped, and they've all. Regala's got a hellish temper. Nobody really knows about Ballach, although Hamish is known to be quite even-mannered. But there's a lot of swearing coming up, but the first thing you see is all three of them have a huge grin on their face, and then the cheers erupt, and everyone's celebrating the Redwall Saviours and everything like that. And then everyone starts to disperse to the inns, and the night is yours for merriment. And there's no prize for this. This was very much just the pride of winning.
Salir unwraps the ropes from around his arms, like, ah!
Yeah, how are they looking right now?
Mara's like, come here, come.
You can barely see them, Cyric, for the amount of mud they're under. All you see is the big white teeth of the grins and the whites of their eyes. They look like mud monsters. But they have taken it in great good humour and are obviously quite happy. Even Ballach, who is usually quite sinister looking, has a big toothy grin behind his tusks.
That's good.
Mara will try and give some light healing to Salir's arms.
No, it is fine.
Oh, really?
It's the battle wounds.
Are you sure? You'll poke it. Give it a quick...
I have one more rage left. Don't make me.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to force you to take the healing.
I have bandages. It is fine. I'm a doctor.
That is fine. Go
and
ahead.
as a doctor, I do not recommend wrapping.
Yeah, and you know as well is that you're not actually taking any damage. It's just
it's
a little bit of
strain.
A little bit of unguent to soothe the rash of the rope burn and stuff like that.
I need the touch of a woman to soothe my arm.
Didn't think Salir was bothered by that sort of thing.
He goes to the house of Lady Favors with his arms.
That was a joke. I read it in the book.
And Ballach and Regala and Hamish all come up to you, and there's Mara, you make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Sure. I will also note that as everything is ended, I'm probably gonna release or let the girl down. It's the dexterity saving throw.
Can you beat a 24?
No.
24?
No, I don't think.
No.
No.
Well, you're too busy putting the girl back and saying, "Oh, go on and see to your parents."
Yeah.
And as you turn round, an absolutely covered in mud Regala sort of jumps up and gives you a big bear hug. So where you managed to stop your lovely, pretty dress being covered in mud when you're wrestling the pig, you've now been hit full frontal by a dwarf that's covered in half of the pig pen, and you are covered in mud. It's one of these ones that you turn around from the rear, you look all pristine and lovely, and you turn around a mud monster, and she just sits down, I fucking got you.
Mara's arms kind of drop. Fine, you got me. And she'll kind of look down at herself, take some mud and just throw it back at her.
Alton will be silently rolling around on the ground laughing.
Wait a minute. Mara will go and buy...
Not so silently, there's a lot of good humoured laughter.
Mara will go and buy a pastry and throw it at her.
Food fight? No.
Every time you say Mara goes by the picture, I imagine Mara just walks up to the stand, slams down money, grabs a hand.
Close up on the hand,
Yeah, she's giving them too much every time as well, so it's probably just
It's a
like
gold coin every time.
yeah, give me the fucking shit. They're a copper a piece. Fuck you.
Take a gold and love it. So
I'll
yeah,
remove-
and unless any of you want to do anything particularly, I think the rest of the evening goes in revelry, music, and dancing, and tall tales, and drinking. As I say, unless anyone has any particular interactions they want.
No,
Don't
nothing
think so.
I can think of.
No, that's fine.
Nah.
I don't know. Maybe we might want to hear one of
Nope.
Corg's
Yeah, where's
stories.
Corgi in all
I
this?
knew what you were gonna. I knew where that sentence is going. Nope.
Nope. I mean,
You see Korg around. It is definitely is there. I personally do not have a poem created because I struggled. I was going to, and I did have it in my mind, but I just struggled to do it. So to do it justice, so you can absolutely spend time listening to Korga, but we do not have one to share at the moment. I'm afraid.
It's fine.
I know it's a bit disappointing because I love Korga, but
Korg is great.
Yes.
Literally the worst.
So yes. How do you spend your reveries? Are you individually? I'll go round you all in the normal alphabetical order. Are you drinking? Are you making merry? Are you sleeking off into some dark place away from other people?
Sillier.
Hey,
I know what I do.
Eric.
Yeah.
So starting with you, Alton. So how do you spend the evening's revelries?
I imagine he eats a lot of pastries. He doesn't drink because he doesn't drink. So he might go back to the Saviour's Rest if that's where people are going. And he'll stay there for a while until he gets kind of tired, and then head back to the
house.
Yeah, back to the house essentially. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we have a house.
The apartment.
Yeah, we do.
Maybe I should have mentioned.
Yeah, it's all.
That's not.
It's all right, man.
An important thing. Yeah. I know Mara was particularly excited to
Well, I mean,
equip it and furnish it, but the
I mean,
rest of the characters just
that's
like
just it. That's just in Terra's blood.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
Interior design.
IKEA.
And it's
How do you spend the evening?
I think
do you feel the obligation continue, or
he does for a bit longer. I think there are some people that he enjoys spending time with. He likes hanging out with Hamish. He likes hanging out with Valtish and probably the quartermaster, and probably goes drinking with them for a bit. But once like the really heavy drinking starts, then that's when he disappears. Once they realize that it's like, okay, they're having their own fun now.
Cool.
Just slip away after that moment, and obviously climb in the window to their house because the doors are for chumps.
And Sarek, what about yourself?
Sarek would spend the rest of the night just probably go off to see Korga and not directly interacting with him, but just to see if he makes up any more stories. Even though he grandeurs them a lot, he enjoys listening to them just for the fact that they're absurd. And that,
and you see Korga, it's the same way. He is now already firmly fixed as one of the favoured troubadours in the town. You know, a mixture of poetry and storytelling and legend. You can tell he's obviously been going around and asking other people. So although your story of the Saviours is always heavily requested, he started telling other tales that you're unfamiliar with as well, of other people, whether they be made up or real, you're unsure. But you can spend the evening doing that as well. Not a problem. And Miss Mara. what about yourself? I know she's the heavy drinker of the party, so she's probably off her face on gin.
Well, I mean, first she'll probably go around and ask her and see if everything has gone well with all like the vendors and the different things that she could keep an eye on.
Yeah, and everyone you speak to said, it's the best business they've done, not just since the troubles happened, but, for many years beforehand, they've not had such a good day. Everyone's happy, excited. It's just done exactly everything. It's just reinvigorated the townspeople's morale, but also for what Mara is interested in is the mercantile things around her as well.
Okay, Mara will probably go and she will request that she gets like a thing of water up to like her room so that she can wash herself later. But now she's like she will pay someone handsomely just to go into their house and put a thing of water in her room.
And warm it.
Well, it'll probably be cold when she gets back because she's heading off to the pub.
Oh yeah.
She'll have a few rounds, talk to people,
Have a few more rounds. Talk to people.
Night fight. No, well, she will be drinking with people, but she'll probably be pretty tired from like there's been a 10-day of work, then the event work. Now it's the relaxing part, but now I need to sleep. So yeah, she'll probably be around a bit, buy people drinks or whatever, and then she'll go back to her room, cast off the now like dress that it's in, that's turned into a single like mud piece on one side.
Well, I mean, if you wanted, you could have gone back and had a quick wash and change between rather than.
No, she will be at the pub with this. It's part of the event. So she'll be. I mean, she'll have muddy face and like scrapes on her like feet and legs and everything. It's fine.
You look more like Alton than Alton.
Wigs in the hair. She steals a bird, puts it on her shoulder. No, yeah, but she'll be around. And then she'll head back to her room, take off the cast of the dress, and wash herself and head to bed.
Well, we could go on, but I think this seems quite a good point to maybe draw, although to a slightly early conclusion. Because obviously for the next day, the party has decided that they are going to set the road again and move to points abroad. Abroad, away from here. And I think if we move into that, it'll maybe take a wee bit too long and it'll be a bit more disjointed. So although apologies, it's a little bit of a shorter session, I think this is probably an appropriate time to end. And we'll start the next time with everyone waking early, getting ready for the road. Mara probably with a hangover. Garvin stuffing as much bacon into his face as he can lay his hands on. And we shall be back off into the wilds of Neverwinter Wood. And
until next time.
Farewell.
Cheerio.
Bye.
I just want to very quickly say thanks to everybody who's watched there now, and if you want to give a follow, you will know exactly when we do go live. The plan is Sundays, 4 p.m. this time. Our VODs are obviously going to be available.
BST at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah. Our VODs will be available straight after, and during the week at some stage to be announced. It'll be announced on our Twitter, so if you wanted to follow the Twitter, it's down below and you can do that. You'll know exactly when it goes up onto the YouTube, and it'll be in like smaller, more bite-sized pieces, easier to watch in your off time. Yeah, and that's it. That's the first episode done.
Yeah, we did it.
Wonderful.
We saved it.
Is that the clapper?
Yeah. That's my seriously expensive clapper. It was not obvious. All right.
They can't be replaced. I'll say that.
Okay, I'm gonna.